So we had some good media coverage. Now, what you're seeing here is just a screenshot that I took. It's not a video itself, so we're not going to play that. But so this happened on the very day of the action. And I put the URL there, which I know you can't see, but I wanted to put it there sort of for posterity. And I'm happy to share the URLs to the media links that I'm going to provide in the chat. But the point here is that there are the four of us, right? Arla, myself, Lierre, and Jesika. And the reason that we have this is that one of the women who was there to support us, she was on it. As soon as we were done with the action, as soon as the men took off, she said, okay, I need all of you to stand there and we're going to do an interview. And that interview is, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 minutes long. It's very short, but we were able to say exactly what happened. So it was immediately after it happened. It could not have been more fresh in our minds. The woman who recorded us had not herself been ambushed. She arrived moments after the whole thing was over, and she had the presence of mind to say, okay, let's get this interview on tape right now. Because the rest of us, although we were in good spirits, we didn't quite have the presence of mind to know exactly what our next steps should be. But she said, let's do this interview. Almost immediately, she sent it to her friends at the Post Millennial. And we did something that's very important, which is we promised the Post Millennial that they would have exclusive rights to use it. And because we took all these steps really in the immediate aftermath of the action, we were able to get some pretty good coverage in the Post Millennial that day. So this is from the Epoch Times, which came out the following day. Again, I put the URL there. I'm happy to put it in the chat so you can link to it. And this is the video that you watched. We gave the Epoch Times the body camera footage that you have seen, and they got it up in the paper the very next day with some very good coverage, which, really it's framed is exactly as it happened. It's framed as women standing up for women and girls and men attacking us. Okay, so this was the next day. This is in Fox News. This is a man named Jesse Waters has a program, and the guy you're seeing is, of course, Douglas Murray. And Douglas Murray went on and did what I think was overwhelmingly a good interview with Jesse Waters. So it's a great interview, and I hope everyone watches it. And Douglas Murray does a fantastic job of framing this all as men attacking women. He says, this has been going on for a while now. A lot of us have been talking about it, and this is men attacking women. And I thought he really did a fabulous job. What I'm less excited about is the fact that Jesse Waters, in his introduction, framed it as a brawl between trans activists and feminists. And that's not fair, because we were not doing any brawling. We were standing there in silent solidarity with incarcerated women. So if I had been doing that interview, I would have wanted to contradict that narrative. And I didn't think Douglas Murray did quite as good a job as he could have at contradicting that framing. And then I know this is something that many of us struggle with, which is, many of us who were actually there would have been quite pleased to go on and have a conversation about what happened. And, many of us are a little bit tired of watching men talk about this issue when those of us who are directly impacted would be more than happy to join them. Okay, so then in the next couple of days, Fox News invited me to be on Tucker Carlson, but that had to get rescheduled. I'm sure that's no one's fault. It just happened. But of note, with that, even though it's been less than a week, we're out of the news cycle. That's how fast this goes. Our action is out of the news cycle, within a couple of days. So I just want all of us to be mindful of that. We need to get our media on our actions. We need to turn it all around very quickly.